On days like this, where I'm doing my little workout, I often find myself wandering up and down the spot in between reps, which is normal because you should do a little pause. But oftentimes I find myself wandering around much longer than I really should. I walk around for minutes sometimes, and my brain goes into this imaginary mode, I guess to avoid the pain of the next exercise. And when I go into this escapist mode, I often think of a time when my life was different. There was a time in my life where I completely lived in the comfort zone. The only thing I used to do was smoking weed, getting high, consuming content on the internet, eating junk food, and fapping all the time. It was the time of bliss, it was the time of overstimulation. I didn't have a care in the world. I was ultimately enjoying life, enjoying the low-hanging fruits of the digital age. The first thing in the morning I would do was smoke a little blunt. Then I would go on my laptop, scan the internet for new music, browse through my YouTube recommendations, discover new artists on Instagram. Every day was a rush. Marijuana plus internet consumerism was my ultimate drug. It was like crack cocaine. The devil is a lie. Watching anime high while eating Ben & Jerry's. Endless content. And through communities like Tumblr, I somehow felt connected to other like-minded people that kind of felt the same vibe as me. I had sunken into a virtual dream world that was exciting and beautiful. My life consisted of consuming and enjoying the very best things the world has to offer. And all that from the comfort of my room. But even way back then I kind of knew that this lifestyle wasn't it. Like, this ain't it, chief, this ain't it, bro. I knew that this lifestyle would lead to nothing. I knew that I was just wasting my time. Unfortunately, I had one big excuse way back then. I was at the time studying at the university. So my thinking was, I'm doing something, right? I'm already doing something. I thought I was already smarter than 80% of the population just because I'm studying. That kind of made me feel good. It kind of made me feel okay with what I'm doing. And I was watching motivational coaches like similar to Gary Vee and watching lots of stuff about business, right? I'm educating myself, I was thinking. And I did all these, and I wrote down all these business ideas and all these plans about startups into my Apple Notes. But it was basically just daydreaming, you know. I never executed on them. I just had all these ideas and all these plans to comfort myself, you know. So I wouldn't think that I'm a loser. So I wouldn't think that I'm a nobody, that I'm doing nothing, right? So I could comfortably smoke my weed and be fine with it, you know. So there wouldn't be some paranoia that would kick in. I was trying to hide the fact that I did nothing. But I always had this thought in the back of my mind that was like, one day I will change. One day I'm gonna do an 180 and I'm gonna stop all that bullshit. I will stop smoking that weed. I will stop consuming content on the internet all the time. I will stop being on YouTube and Instagram all the time. And I will stop fapping and I'm going to do no fap, and this time I'm gonna pull through. It's just transitory. One day I'm gonna change. One day I'm gonna turn my life around. Yeah, right. One day. That one day never comes. That one day will always stay one day if you tell yourself. If you want to do something, you gotta do it now. If you want to do something in your life, you have to look at what you did today or what you did this week. If the only thing you did today or the only thing you did this week was making plans and thinking about doing something, then you're on the wrong path. You will always stay in the state of thinking and planning. It is a state that many people stay in. Many people will never get out of this imaginary mode, you know. They always tell themselves, yeah, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. You know, I just have to figure out things at my workplace, or I just have to get over this and that, you know. It's a fata morgana, it's a trap. People do that to comfort themselves because they are afraid of that feeling, of that realization that they're actually doing nothing, you know. But that should just a fata morgana, you know. They just tell themselves all these ideas and they have all these plans to be okay with themselves. It's just a lie. These people lied to themselves, and maybe they even know it, but it's just too painful to admit that, you know. They kind of want to live that lie. And as time goes by and years pass, they slowly realize that their plans and goals won't come into reality. They slowly realize that they didn't actualize themselves. And the thing many people do is they don't actually will change their actions, but they will change their plans and their dreams, you know. They will adjust their plans, you know. They will aim a little lower, and you know, they will forget about their old dreams or about their old plans. They will say, yeah, that was stupid. I was just young and my head was in the clouds, you know, because as you get older, some things get more difficult and some things may become unreachable one day. That's the hard reality. So people will step down from their dreams and their plans, but they won't, you know, that's crazy. They won't change their actions, but they will change their dreams and their plans. So what they're doing is they are slowly and gradually accepting their mediocre life. They will be fine with their 9-to-5 jobs, and they will in the future tell themselves, yeah, that's what I always wanted, you know. When I was young I had all these dreams, but it was basically just money, and I just wanted to be cool or something like that. I just wanted the acknowledgement, you know. And now that I'm older and wiser, I don't need that shit. I'm happy with my 9-to-5 jobs. But those are also excuses. Like, to be honest, it's in nobody's nature to love a 9-to-5 job. That's a hard reality. Like, no one really dreams of a 9-to-5 job. It's just something that you have to be okay with. And you know, the older you get and the more you give up on your dreams, the more you will be okay with a 9-to-5 job. And that is the big lie. That is the fata morgana, you know. And that's up with all the planning and that imagining and the dreaming, you know, the daydreaming. It's cool to dream and it's cool to have plans. But that's the big lie in our society. That's the big struggle, you know. Everybody has dreams and everybody has big plans. And this is, I think, the message of this video. This video should be a warning. It should be a warning that you shouldn't sleep too long and you shouldn't lie to yourself. Ask yourself and go inside yourself and think about what you're doing. Are you lying to yourself or are you for real? Don't stay in that state of chilling and being on the internet and smoking weed and doing all that shit. Don't go that road where you slowly step down from your dreams and you kind of accept your life. It's kind of giving up, as harsh as it sounds. Don't sleep too long. Yeah, I think I've talked enough about it. And I wanted to end this video with a quote that I read during my time at university. I've got it from a book about assembly programming. And the quote goes as follows. A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come upon you like a bandit, and scarcity like an armed man.